Hey guys, Dan Carr here. Today we're going to be taking a look at an interesting new product from Manfrotto. Now this is part of their Simpler lineup. Simpler is their rig lineup, and it's a combination of all various bits and pieces to create handheld rigs and shoulder solutions for shooting with HDSLRs. So this takes things one step further and adds a remote control ability to your Canon HDSLR. It's a similar form factor to remote controls that have been available for regular video cameras for quite some time, and one of the first companies to come out with something that works with your Canon DSLR. So yeah, I wanted to take a look at this because it's kind of a unique product. So we will start the video just running through the physical attributes of the remote, and then I'll go into a bit of a sample video of it in action. So they do two different versions. They have one which is a smaller, cheaper version called the clamp-on remote, and it's not quite so feature-packed as this one. This is their Deluxe remote. Clamps onto your rig with a rosette. This whole part can come off as well, and you can put another separate accessory clamp on, which just has a pair of jaws on there for clamping onto rails and other surfaces. So you can either do rosette or this regular clamp. Let's take a run through of all the features. So on-off switch on the back. On the bottom here, this is your record start stop switch, so that will also take a photo in various modes as well. We have a jog dial, which will run through all the menus, and then you click it to select the option. So moving to the front, this LCD screen will show you all the various settings for your camera. So we'll get aperture, ISO, shutter speed, various focus modes. It'll even tell you your white balance and all that kind of stuff. So you really know exactly what's going on with the camera without having to look at the back of the screen or the top of the camera. Moving down, we've got the focus rocker, spring-loaded. This will actually focus your Canon lenses. So we'll talk a little bit more about that and the various focus modes later on in the video. But yeah, that's really neat to have that. So here is the controls that are available to you. These mimic most of the controls on the back of the camera. So we have live view on and off switch. This button here will actually switch between photo and video live view mode. So those of you using a 7D or a 60D or a 7D will know there's the little switch that flicks back and forwards. That button replicates that. On the bottom here, this is just a lock switch and also a backlight switch for the LCD. And then up here we have the magnifying glass, which will do the 5 times and 10 times zoom in on the screen so you can check your focus. And then this button here will activate the autofocus as well. So if you want to use phase detect autofocus mode to focus on a non-moving subject, you just hold this button down. And then we've got this little D-pad here, which moves the focus section around or the zoom section around on the screen. So quite a lot of controls going on here. Extremely well built. This is actually metal, this whole part here. There's a plastic casing around the screen and the zoom rocker, but everything else on here is metal, and you've got this nice rubber grip on here as well. So it really feels like a professional product. I mean, this is something that is built to last, built to be used, and yeah, no complaints in that department at all. So let's take a look at this in use. I'm going to fit it up to Canon 1D Mark IV, and we'll try out a few lenses in a shooting scenario and just see how it works.